This city still hides a secret that no one knows about. Most tourists see this breathtaking facade, but they have no idea what it actually means for the people who lived inside. This isn't just a castle. It's the tragic dream of a lonely king, Neuschwanstein Castle, in Bavaria. Germany Doldwall. If you're planning to visit here, you must know the dark truth behind these walls first. Today on Happy Travel, we are going beyond the postcards to find the hidden layers of time. We will explore the secret windows of Jaipur, the forbidden hamlet of a French queen, and a house made of bones in Barcelona. By the end of this video, you won't just see these places, you will feel the ghosts of those who built them. Get ready to see the world through the eyes of a travel detective. Why do we travel to these massive monuments of stone and steel? Is it for the perfect photo, or is it because we sense something lingering in the air? Every street name and every fountain has a story that bridges the gap between then and now. To truly experience a place, you have to understand the obsession that brought it into existence. History is not abstract. It is something you can touch, walk on, and experience. When you stand before a structure built 500 years ago, you are standing in the middle of a drama. Let's start our journey in the misty mountains of Germany, where a king tried to build his way out of reality. This is a story of a crown, a lake, and a very suspicious den. In 1869, King Ludwig II of Bavaria began building Neuschwanstein Castle. To escape the modern world he hated. He wasn't interested in politics or wars. He was obsessed with the legends of knights and the music of Richard Wagner. That night, while his ministers plotted against him, the king spent his fortune on these soaring white towers. Today, you can walk the same path he did, but the mystery of his life remained. Look closely at the walls inside the castle, and you will see characters from Wagner's operas everywhere. The king created a private fantasy world because he felt like a prisoner in his own palace in Munich. Ironically, he only spent 11 nights in this finished castle before he was declared insane. Shortly after, his body was found in a nearby lake under circumstances that still baffle historians. When you visit, do not just stay on the bridge for the photo. Walk down the trail to the shore of Lake Starnberg, where the king's life ended. If you go during the early morning, the mist over the water feels like a scene from his favorite plays. This tangible connection to his final moments makes the castle feel less like a fairy tale and more like a tragedy. To avoid the massive crowds, book your tickets at least 2 months in advance. Most tourists miss the fact that you can hike the surrounding hills for views that the king himself designed. Every window was placed specifically to frame a certain mountain peak. The practical secret is to visit in late autumn, when the foliage matches the copper tones of the castle's interior. Next up is a mystery that hides behind 953 tiny windows in the heart of the Pink City. This is the Hawa Mahal, or the Palace of Winds, located in Jaipur, India. At first glance, it looks like a giant, intricate screen made of red and pink sandstone. But for the women of the royal court in 1799, it was a very different kind of structure. Maharaja Sawai Pratap Singh built this palace specifically for the royal ladies. Under the strict purdah system, these women were never allowed to be seen by the public or any men outside their family. The Hawa Mahal was their only window to the outside world. They would sit behind these stone lattices for hours, watching the festivals and parades on the streets below. Today, you can stand in the very spot where those queens and princesses once sat. Notice how the narrow corridors are designed to keep the air moving, creating a natural cooling effect. This architectural genius allowed the ladies to stay cool during the blistering 100-degree heat of the desert. It is a tangible reminder of a life lived in beautiful, ventilated confinement. The best way to see the palace is actually from across the street at one of the rooftop cafes. From there, you can see how the structure resembles the crown of the Hindu god Krishna. Try to visit during the golden hour to see the sandstone glow with a deep orange fire. Avoid the main entrance during midday, as the heat can be intense even with the wind. But the third one on our list is even crazier, taking us deep into the gardens of Versailles, France. Most people visit the main palace, but they miss the Petit Trianon and the Queen's Hamlet. This was Marie Antoinette's private escape, where she tried to hide from the suffocating rules of the royal court. In this small sanctuary, the Queen played the role of a simple shepherdess. While King Louis XVI dealt with the rising debt of France, Marie Antoinette was building a fake farm. She had a working mill, a dairy, and even animals that were kept meticulously clean for her pleasure. No one was allowed to enter this area without her personal permission, not even the king. This exclusion created a wave of resentment that would eventually lead to the revolution. When you walk through the hamlet today, look for the grotto, a secret rocky hideout she built. Legend says she was resting here when she first heard the news that the mob was marching on Versailles. The contrast between the humble thatched roofs and the marble palace is where the true history lies. It is a walkable monument to the disconnect between the royalty and the common people. To get the full experience, rent a bicycle at the palace gates to reach the Trianon quickly. It is a long walk from the main palace, and most tourists give up before they find the hamlet. Visit the interiors of the petty Trianon to see the mechanical tables that rose from the floor. This was done so servants wouldn't have to enter the room, ensuring the queen's absolute privacy. Now we cross the channel to a place that has been a palace, a fortress, and a prison. This is the Tower of London, and specifically the infamous Bloody Tower in London, England. Behind these cold stones lies a mystery from 1483 that has never been solved. It involves two young princes and a quest for the throne that ended in blood. The young king and Edward V and his brother were brought here by their uncle, Richard III. They were seen playing in the garden for a few weeks, and then they simply vanished. For centuries, people wondered what happened until workers found two small skeletons under a staircase in 1674. The obsession with power had led to a secret that stayed buried for 200 years. Today, you can stand in the very room where the princes were held. The walls are thick, and the windows are narrow, designed to keep people in rather than out. If you visit the White Tower, you can see the exact spot where the bones were discovered. It is a chilling, tangible connection to a royal scandal that still sparks debate among historians. A local secret is to attend the ceremony of the keys, which has happened every night for 700 years. You must book this months in advance, but it is the best way to feel the tower's history without the crowds. Avoid the mid-morning rush by arriving exactly when the gates open at 9. Seeing the yeoman warders in their traditional dress makes the history feel alive. Our final stop is a house that looks like a dream or a nightmare on the streets of Barcelona, Spain. This is Casa Bello, a masterpiece by Antoni Gaudí that was born from an obsession with nature. Josep Bello wanted a house that would stand out among the elite, and he gave Gaudí total freedom. The result was a building that has no straight lines and looks like it is made of bone. Every detail here is a secret code. The roof looks like the scaly back of a dragon, and the cross on top represents the sword of St. George. Gaudí was obsessed with making the building feel organic, like a living creature in the middle of the city. When you stand in the central well, the blue tiles change shade to make the light feel even everywhere. To really appreciate the genius, visit during the magic nights, where you can enjoy music on the dragon back roof. The practical secret is to use the augmented reality guide provided at the entrance. It shows you how Gaudí intended the furniture to move and how the house breathes through its vents. You would miss all these subtle engineering marvels if you just looked at the outside. We have traveled from the German Alps to the busy streets of India, uncovering secrets that time tried to hide. Which of these 5 locations surprised you the most with its hidden story? Was it the lonely king in his castle or the royal ladies behind their 953 windows? Let us know in the comments, because your perspective is the final piece of the puzzle. The world is full of places that are waiting for a detective like you to find them. Don't just visit, discover the truth that lies beneath the stone. Make sure to save this video for your next trip and send it to the friend you want to go with. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious with Happy Travel.